Every evening, millions of us sit perfectly still, staring into a glowing screen. It feels like rest, but it's a specific kind of paralysis. In the physical world, hours are racing by, but inside this room, nothing is being built. The clock moves, but your personal progress is stuck in a loop. You are consuming content, but your life is remaining completely static. We retreat here because the screen is safe. Business ideas carry financial loss. New careers carry constant rejection. You hide from the failure and your empty bank account. This comfort is a strategy for long-term failure. धीरे-धीरे समय निकलता जा रहा है, लेकिन क्या आपकी जिंदगी बदल रही है? मोबाइल आपको कुछ समय का मनोरंजन देता है, लेकिन आपका भविष्य नहीं बनाता. This isn't just about a student with a phone. It's the professional who feels too drained to study, or the parent who believes their time for learning passed a decade ago. It's what happens when we prioritize the security of what we already know over the effort required to learn something new. We want the result of a better life without the discomfort of the process. This chart shows the reality. The flat white line is your current skills staying the same. The yellow curve shows the world accelerating away. Stagnation is a choice. You fall into this gap. Someone who stops learning becomes a living zombie. Time is the only resource you cannot earn back. Every day in the zombie zone makes the eventual jump to a new career much harder. When you choose the screen over a new skill, you aren't just pausing your life. You are actively choosing to become obsolete. Breaking this cycle starts with a moment of honesty, where you look at your reality and admit that your current path isn't leading to the future you want. In nature, everything that is alive is growing. To stay relevant in a shifting world, you have to adopt that same mindset. If you are learning, you are still in the game. The shift requires a physical change in your environment. You turn the distraction over and pull the open page into the light. You decide that your education is more valuable than your entertainment. Consider the person who decides to open a small flour mill. They don't start with a massive factory or a perfect business plan. They start by learning the machinery, handling the first customers, and making small, clumsy mistakes. They trade their ego for the chance to build something. एक दिन आपको खुद से सवाल करना होगा, क्या मैं इसी जिंदगी के लिए बना हूँ? सफल लोग अलग पैदा नहीं होते, वे बस एक दिन बदलने का फैसला कर लेते हैं. Real progress begins when you stop pretending to have all the answers and accept the humility of being a beginner again. This learning mindset works in the quiet hours. It's a mother studying market trends after the kids are asleep, or an employee spending their commute learning how to use a new software tool. Think of it like modern farming. You can stick to traditional methods and remain vulnerable to every storm. Or you can study new technologies, like polyhouses or climate-controlled crops, to protect your yield and increase your income. Knowledge is the only real protection against risk. This loop is the engine of growth. You take a small step, you fail, you analyze why you failed, and you use that lesson to upgrade your next attempt. Each cycle makes you more capable than the last. Your age, your background, or a lack of support from your family are obstacles, but they aren't dead ends. When you commit to teaching yourself, those excuses stop carrying weight. Focus on making one small improvement today. These daily gains are what lead to a different life. The world is going to continue changing. Your only defense is to ensure your mind is changing even faster. Look at the cumulative effect of these hours. 3 months of struggling to understand a new business model or a technical skill results in a permanent asset. You've traded temporary comfort for a tool you can use for the rest of your life. This repeated process of solving small, frustrating problems builds a track record. When you prove to yourself that you can find a way through one obstacle, you start to believe you can handle the next one. This is where real confidence comes from. You'll see it in how you carry yourself. When you actually know your subject, you don't have to fake authority in a business meeting or an interview. You speak from experience, and that experience is visible to everyone around you. You move from being an employee of circumstance to becoming the owner, the Annadatta of your own path. You stop waiting for a boss to give you a raise and start creating your own value. This is what it looks like to step out of the shadows and into the golden sunlight of a new reality. The original fear of failure is destroyed, not by avoiding risk, but by proving to yourself that you are capable of adapting to whatever the world throws at you. Right now, you are holding a screen. You are in the exact same position we discussed at the start of this video. धीरे-धीरे मेहनत आपका आत्मविश्वास बन जाती है और आत्मविश्वास आपकी नई पहचान। जिस दिन आपने खुद पर विश्वास करना शुरू किया, उसी दिन आपकी सफलता शुरू हो गई। मोबाइल आपकी जिंदगी बदलने नहीं आएगा, लेकिन आपका एक सही फैसला सब कुछ बदल सकता है। This video is just information. The actual evolution only happens through the physical choice you make the second this ends. You can go back to scrolling, or you can start the work. Put the phone down. Find something difficult to learn. Take the first step and prove that you are alive.